The battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on PSPEvents.com.
Here, 2015 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez, and we are about to watch Moscow Legion's first match of the tournament. 187 cRew has already played early on this afternoon. They took on AC Dallas, and they won that game 7-4. So with already a win, in the driver's seat right now is 187 in their bracket. However, they're taking on a Red Legion crew that has been building in the offseason to try to get those younger guys that they really feel are going to be top-level players up to par, and obviously complemented with the same high-level just stars that they got from France, from the Tauntauns that played with them last year. Fabrice Colombo, Loic Villot, Kevin Klum. These guys can just straight out play paintball. And it looks like they also have Axel Godin back, who played with Art Chaos last year. But he's back on the squad too, which really gives them a strong push on this snake side of the field. And it looks like, I think Axel Godin is going to be playing this first point.
Yeah, and he'll probably actually get to play again this season. We didn't really see him a whole lot last year until the end of the season. Yeah. You know,
Axel can play paintball, man. That kid is good. All those French guys are really good. So here we go. Moscow Red Legion going to be on your right-hand side. UpTon 187 cRew on your left. On the breakout here, right into the snake, Axel Godin, and he's going to be shooting crossfield. It looks like Golev takes the early walk. Couple bodies peeling off for 187 cRew on that D side of the field. Greg Lazat taking the early walk. It looks like, I believe that is
major penalty
Nick
over there.
Sloviak.
Yeah, on 187.
Oh, but look at all the bodies dropping for Moscow Red Legion as well. So very chaotic first point here, but still up in the air is who's going to win the battle on this snake side. It looks like 187 still has a body left over here. 2 bodies on the snake side for Moscow Red Legion. Axel Godin is in the best field position on the field currently, though. He's into notch 2 of the snake. No one on the Dorito side for either team, it looks like.
187's in the 50 Dorito.
Oh, they
just
are?
Snuck in there, yeah. So at least they're spread out. They got Zaleski over here in the snake. Just Kulm. Oh, and there goes Axel. He gets shot. So now it's a 2-on-1 situation. Zaleski and Darula against Kulm.
So
Kevin Kulm, he's gonna retreat.
And it looks like Moscow is just going to concede the point, not give Kevin Klum the chance to try to fight in that 2-on-1 situation, which is that's a low percentage play, obviously.
Yeah. Plus
however,
they still have a penalty.
They still have a penalty, so that was a very smart play by Moscow Red Legion to blow that horn, thus conserving time on that major penalty.
Yeah, what a game, though, by Matt Darula. You know, Lazat runs out there, gets a major on the break, and Darula steps up, shoots 3 bodies, gets them back in the game.
Yeah, excellent job by Matt Darula, who we've been, expecting big things out of. So you're looking at this game matchup on paper. I think you got to give this one to 187. But, I don't know. This is a tough one to call. Both these teams were relatively inconsistent last year. Both these teams have beat big teams. So, I don't know. This is a very difficult one to call, but you can see the different attributes for each team. Attacking, defending, finishing, and clutch ability. 187 cRew, they've really cultivated their attackers. We saw that in the first game that they played against AC Dallas, and I just think that they might have a little bit more offensive weapons. However, with the pickup of Godin back on Moscow Red Legion, that's pretty big for their snake side push, and we've seen what their younger players can do when they play well. So, are they going to continue to run the French superstars over and over and mix in Kirill Peridny and and Golev as well? I don't know. It remains to be seen. Kirill is going to get out there. Looks like they're putting Kulagin in. So the 2 Russians will come out to help out Godin, Kulm, and Colombo.
Colombo had a pretty solid year last year.
He did. He ranked pretty high. And those guys can play, man. The Tauntaun players, they've been slowly but surely becoming dominant paintball players of the past half-decade. They've proven themselves in Europe. And when they came over here, I love to watch them play because they're a very charismatic team. So, this is an evenly matched game right here.
As Kirill getting shot on the break, trying to go out to that Dorito side corner. Nick Sloviak smokes him right in the dome piece. And then gets bounced, running out to the Dorito side.
So Moscow Red Legion losing a lot of bodies again here. 2 bodies coming off for them on the D side and in the center. They still have 2 players over here. Snake side, Kevin Klum, Axel Godin, and Ruslan Kulagin. Darula, Zaleski, Slowiak, and Trailer left alive for 187. Greg Lazat still in the box.
There goes a bump out to the Dorito side from the back center for Legion. They have 3 bodies left alive. There's 2 of them. The other one is in the mini race bunker on the Dorito side. 187 about to get their body out of the box in 10 seconds. They still have everybody alive. Greg Lazat going to come right around, see if he can get out alive. Zaleski moving on into Snake 1. 50 Dorito, I believe now is hot for 187. Got a body up in there. It's probably Darula. Here comes Lazat. He bumps into the inside Big Dorito. There goes the 3rd body for the Legion over off the Dorito side again. Just Kulm and Godin over here for Legion, but looks like Trailer trades out with Kulm. Just Godin now in Snake 2. Gonna feel the pressure big time as Darula comes onto his side of the field from the Doritos.
187 is executing very well right now. They're making good moves. They're controlling lanes. Godin giddies up down this side of the field, ends up getting a shot. And here comes Godin. He's balling right now. He gets 1. This is a tough spot to fight against, though. Oh, he just took a bouncer. He's trying to tighten up as much as he can. He's not able to get tight enough and is forced to tap out. Solid closeout there. The 3 players left alive. I mean, it was tough, man.
He had a nice shot on...
That's a 1-on-4 right there.
Yeah, he had a nice shot on Zaleski.
Zaleski was probably like, whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah.
You should be digging a hole right now and trying not to get stabbed by my players in your back. But there's fight in Axel for sure. So nice work, though, by 187. Starting to look pretty good here.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we thought we might see from 187. You know, after shaking the rust off a little bit that first game against AC Dallas.
Yeah, and you can see here on the replay, that was that awesome shot by Axel trying to push forward. I mean, you're still looking at 4 bodies and begging for a shot cross field, but he didn't get it. Here, let's look at it from the opposite angle. So there's Zaleski, who just got caught sleeping a little bit.
Yeah, loading, trying to load. Wasn't exactly ready for it. And then Darula, who's just having a festival out here today.
Yeah, 4 confirmed kills for him already. Well, Matt Darula he was one of those guys that when 187 first came around and the guys in their area, and then they picked him up, and talked to the guys from their area of the world, and they kept telling me, they're like, hey, I don't know how long it's going to take, but Matt Darula is going to be a baller, and it's going to happen sooner or later, and probably sooner. And slowly but surely, he's started to prove all those guys that were touting him that they're right. Like, Darula, he can play this game.
So we've got Trailer, Zaleski. Come back out again. Lazat's playing some pretty good ball for them. Is that Darula again? Sure is. And Slowiak.
Well, it's also good to see Nick Slowiak get a bunch of spins and make them count. When he was on Heat, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but he did produce when he got out there. And he really felt that he deserved more playing time. So now, after his tenure with Heat ended and he came to 187, he was, finally happy to start getting a lot of spins. And in the practices leading up, heard that Nick was playing really well, and now he's been out here starting, and he's been getting a lot of kills. On the right-hand side, 187. On the left-hand side, Moscow Red Legion. So Moscow Red Legion not wanting to go down 3. They send out Golev, Lo, Godin, Klum, and Colombo. And now 187 loses a body, D side of the field.
Looks like Darula gets shot early, as well as Zaleski getting shot early. Still pushing up the Dorito side, though. Slowiak standing up tall in the back center. He's got Volu coming at him over here on the Snake side with Godin. Oh, and Volu gets shot up the middle. Slowiak comes over the top and puts one in on Volu. Axel Gaudin dove straight into the mud.
Yeah,
he doesn't even have a working gun right now.
Yeah, he took a core sample. So he's trying to get his barrel off right now and swab out the earth that's stuck in his barrel. So just 2 players left alive from Moscow.
Yeah, one of them's Gaudin. And you can see the situation that he's in right now. Screaming across the field to his teammates. But I don't think 187 has a body on this side of the field other than Slowiak in the back center. They got Max Trailer up in the center, basically directly in front of Slowiak.
Look at this.
In that tall tower.
Axel Gaudin has taken off the tip of his barrel, and he's just playing now with the back of the barrel. The back of the barrel is actually what makes contact with the ball and accelerates the paintball. The tip of the barrel is just there to vent gas. So you can play like that. It's going to take some of your velocity away. So he's... Oh, and I think he got caught.
Yeah, and he just got smoked in the head from Trailer.
Well, he gave it a shot. Now Kevin Klum, last player left alive, looking at 2 bodies, as I think Nick Slowiak got shot by Kevin Klum. So Kevin Klum going to try to make this low body situation happen for himself. It's just him. So hopefully he's going to try to either take out Max Trailer or Greg Lazat and take it to a one-on-one. Here comes Greg Lazat. And it looks like, did they trade out?
Yep, so good execution there by Trailer and Lazat there at the very end. As you see Kevin Kuhlm walking off the field. There's Lazat, number 8, going to run it in for 187 to give them a 3-0 lead.
Well, we'll be right back after these messages and see if 187 crew can continue to put it on Moscow Red Legion. Stick with us. You can always tell who plays the snake when it's muddy and they look like that, and you can't read the logo on the front of their jersey.
The only person you can tell that is their mama.
So that's Dan Zaleski out there, snake player for...
So covered in mud.
Yeah.
Alex Goldman last game. It's mud all up on his face from diving head first. Yeah, so poor Axel Gaudin last point. Just couldn't even... He dove straight in, stuck his barrel in. He knew it, too. He saw the stream coming, tried to avoid it, so he dove out a little bit wider, had to adjust, took a fat core sample.
So let's watch Zaleski and Gaudin both run out, and it looks like Zaleski beat Gaudin to the snake by a step or 2, but Gaudin then beats Zaleski around the corner, and Zaleski gets his head peeled off cross field. So Gaudin owns the snake. He's going to go all the way to the 50-yard line, past the 50-yard line. Here comes 187 trying to do damage control. I think that's Nick Slowiak filtering out to try to keep Gaudin from doing anything in that snake. More bodies are dropping off. Gaudin gets shot. Looks like Slowiak gets shot.
More bodies are walking off.
Chaos going down on the D side of the field. Looks like Pike gets taken out, but I think he took one with him. And then,
oh,
wow,
man,
what a
madness! I think just 2 Legion players left alive. But man, that was madness right there. We've seen a couple of those points today. All of a sudden, bodies start dropping, so people start launching.
Well, this field has so many options. I mean, the middle is great. You can play, obviously, we've seen a lot of great play in the snake. That D side, there's big moves on that side. There hasn't been, in the 3 major sections of the field, the D side, the snake side, and that middle, we've seen big moves all over the place. And slowly but surely, Todd, as these teams learn which shots are possible, we could see, the mud's going to slow things down a little bit, and then you could make the argument that as we get deeper into the tournament and more is at stake, that could also slow things down. But guys are also going to learn what's possible and where the shots are, which is going to make them miss less and miss opportunities less as well. So, I think we're already starting to see these guys, because with the field layout now, the field layout it comes out on Thursday at the event. They don't have the luxury of playing the field for weeks and weeks on end. So these guys are watching other teams play these layouts. They got a little tiny bit of practice time on it yesterday. And so I think we're starting to see the guys figure out what's working. And it's also because teams are having conflicting philosophies on what they think is going to pay the dividends out there. Is it going to be, hey, head out wide like X Factor and play, down the wires, down on those sidelines, play the D side, play the snake, or are you going to attack up the center like San Diego Dynasty was doing?
Yeah. I mean, the mud is definitely a bit of an equalizer. All the teams that have really fast players, this game strategy always becomes that much more important. Hitting your shots, your fundamentals. As you see 187 over here on your screen, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, let's listen in. It's the coach Noel Tran there is back to us, and Nick Sloviak, who just came over from Heat, imparting some wisdom.
I'd rather I got my gun up. All right, so I got my gun up. Everybody.
So the score is 3-1, and we'll be right back. 12 minutes and 54 seconds left in this match. Stick with us.
They say paintball is 90% mental. The mental aspect of our sport goes far beyond game plans and visualization. Now more than ever, Empire provides an unmatched support system for you both on and off the field. Having this level of support allows you to focus on the things that you need to go out there and get the job done. The Empire All-In Sponsorship Program. Thousands of players, hundreds of teams, one family, one support system.
I am here in 187's pit with Nick Roberts. Now, you guys are up 2 points, 3-1 against Moscow Red Legion, but you just called a timeout. Why did you guys call a timeout when you're 2 points ahead? What did you need to discuss?
Well, we came out hot, and then we found out they're taking the snake off the break pretty handily. So we just kind of switch it up, try to key up a game plan that'll focus on their guy getting the snake.
I heard you saying that you guys need to have more guns on the snake side. What is the best strategy on this field layout? What spots are best to get that snake off the break?
Well, obviously the back center, you can kind of turn around and shoot, and dilly a second guy back there if necessary. But, those are primarily the best spots, but don't give away all the secrets.
All right, we'll see what happens next. 3-1, 187 is up, 2 points. Back to you guys.
Man, we got screens on screens on screens. So right now on your screen, 187 trying to extend their lead against Moscow Red Legion, who loses 2 bodies, now 3 bodies early. So Moscow having some problems with survivability. And UpTon is just doing a really solid job all the way around. They're aggressive. They are winning gunfights. They haven't got too many penalties, though a ref is now running in to check out Max Trailer. And if he's hit, that might be a penalty. No, he looks like he's clean. So it's 3-on-2 right now. Max Trailer, Eddie Painter, and here comes Dan Zaleski, gliding past that 50-yard line to try to close this point out here.
Yeah, just that one body left alive in the middle. He doesn't see anybody as Zaleski makes that move through the snake, and Max Trailer up there in the middle. So quick little burst for UpTon 187, come out shooting a lot of players early. Going to go up 4-1 now on Red Legion. Looks like Lazat got a couple kills. Zaleski got a kill.
He's playing real. Other than the penalty, I think he has 2 penalties actually. But other than that, Greg Lazat is becoming very consistent.
Yeah.
Every time I look up, he's alive or making a move or hanging the flag. He's just omnipresent and doing a good job.
Even last year.
Yeah. We started saying his name a lot last year. He's another one of those guys. When we talk about 187 and we speak about depth, they lacked depth when they first came into the league. The only 2 names we kept calling, well, 3, was Nick Laval, Dan Zaleski, and Max Traylor. But slowly but surely, Eddie Painter stepped up and became a huge part of the offense. Greg Lazat got better and better. Matt Jarula stepped up. Now they have Nick Slowiak, Pike. I mean,
they're the makings of a good team.
Yeah, they are starting to get deep. I mean, look what's happening right now. This Moscow Red Legion team, the Tauntaun players that are on that team that now that make up Moscow Red Legion, at least for starters are concerned, those guys are no slouches, man. They've won tournaments before. They've played for a long time. So for 187 to come out here and, I wouldn't say they're not putting a beating on Moscow, but the past couple points have been pretty solid.
Yeah. I really like what Slowiak brings to the team. Like his position, his body type, his experience. Yeah, if anybody watches basketball, it's like Timothy Mozgov coming to the Cavs. You got LeBron, you got some dudes that are your solid guys. You got Kyrie Irving, guys that are just sick, that know how to play the game, but they needed that big man in the center, to handle biz, protect the rim, And so protecting the rim's like getting kills on the break for paintball, Nick Slowiak is a good communicator. He's tall. He can see a lot of the field, and he's consistent and he's smart.
Well, on this breakout, Moscow goes real short, conservative, but 5 guns up. And it looks like that worked for them as we see one body coming off for UpTon 187 crew. And came off that center. So now here comes Axel Godin making his move into the snake.
Yeah, 187 definitely shot another body off the snake side, but they're going to lose. Looks like Max Traylor comes walking out of the middle. Zaleski now. He's going to come out to the outside temple. I'm not sure if he knows exactly where Godin is. He does now as Godin crosses and jumps into the 50 and comes onto their side of the field. But does he have any protection as Legion loses another body? I think Zaleski just found Axel. Axel comes up over the top. Looks like Zaleski may have gotten shot. Yep, Zaleski getting shot in the gun. Slowiak there in the back center. Lazat getting shot.
Well, I think it's just Slowiak left. Yeah, in that back center. And Slowiak tries a desperation move out to the corner. He makes it out alive. So that might help. But that's a small bunker, and there's too many bodies.
Yeah, there's a guy deep in that 40 Dorito over there for the Red Legion. So this is Godin had a game, shot a couple bodies that game.
Well, this is exactly if 187 crew put it on Red Legion for another point, went up 5-1, probably game over. But this saves the deal right here for Red Legion. If Red Legion can take the motivation and the momentum from this point win right here, they're only down 2 now. There's 10 minutes and 46 seconds left to go, and they don't have the excuse of, okay, well, 187 already played their first game, they're warmed up. This is our first match. We got a little slow start. Now they're only down 2, and there's a lot of time. So if they just throw this same lineup out here again, and stay alive on the break, because that's really, I think, where UpTon 187 crew they're better at. UpTon 187 crew is a little bit more efficient at gunfighting right now, and they're winning the majority of the gunfights, and they're also shooting more players off the break. You can see there, Zaleski.
He was the only hope over there on the snake side to be able to get Axel. There's Pike on your screen. And Painter over there, number 37. As UpTon 187 crew, Noel Tran trying to put together a plan, try and get themselves another victory. I know that Crew is not going to want to have to face a do-or-die situation against Damage.
Well, yeah, so still coming up today, Tampa Bay Damage. The reinvigorated Tampa Bay Damage is going to be taking on AC Dallas, who is looking for their first win. They lost to 187 crew already earlier this afternoon. And then Infamous is going to take on Aftershock. We'll see Aftershock for the first time with their revamped lineup, picking up Ronnie Dizon, John Woodley, and one of the legends of the sport, Todd Adamson, has decided to come back and try his hand at pro paintball again. So on the breakout, Godin on your screen. And a real good breakout right now for Red Legion, pushing aggressively up in that center and on the D side of the field to get Godin in the snake. You can see the eye in the sky. 187 also with a player in the snake, but it looks like Zaleski catches one, so he's going to have to take the walk. Right behind him, though, is Max Trailer, but Godin not wasting any time past the 50-yard line, and he's going to look for kills and wrap around. He's got to be careful not to go to sleep, though, on Max Trailer. So Greg Lazat takes the walk, and here comes Godin. I think he just got the drop on Trailer. No, Trailer's still alive. See Trailer there tucked in. He's fighting for his life right now. It's just Nick Sloviak and Max Trailer alive, looking at 5 bodies for Moscow Red Legion. And here comes the big move from Kevin Klum. Didn't he actually need to make that move because it looks like Max Trailer got shot. So perfect point for Moscow Red Legion pretty much. Well done. Good aggressive breakout on the D side. Axel Godin was able to, once those guns shifted, he moved up. And now we got ourselves a 1-point match here as the score is going to be 4-3 with 9 minutes and 38 seconds to go.
Moscow Red Legion hanging around. Up to 187 crew. The next step in becoming a good, consistent team. Let's learn how to put these teams away, keep bodies alive, grind off time, score slow points. Let Moscow Red Legion hang around. Definitely a good idea. Let's check into the pit of 187.
Don't worry about me.
Well, I think that, Todd, with Moscow Red Legion slowly but surely getting back in this game and not letting UpTon 187 crew's stellar play in the beginning of this match scare them, and that shows the competency and the veteran status of those French players that make them up the majority of the starting lineup for Moscow Red Legion. So, still we got a ton of. We've only seen one game go to time so far today, and that was the Heat Thunder game that was 4-3. Other than that, we've seen nothing but teams that have made it to 7. This was a pretty close one, 4-3, but with a lot of time left, I think we're probably going to see a team get to 7 as well too. But this is the decision time right now for 187 and for Moscow. Is Moscow going to keep playing smart paintball and do to 187 what they were doing to them earlier on, or we obviously saw 187, Nick Sloviak and the boys over there in the powwow trying to figure out exactly what's been going wrong the past couple points so that they can steal the momentum back. Paintball very much a game of momentum, as we always speak about how much this is really just a chess match played out in your mind. So we'll see. Now running out all the way to the snake off the break, 187, but they do lose Pike over on the D side of the field, so down a body early. Looks like a solid break for Moscow Red Legion. They have 5 bodies alive.
Yeah, Legion sees that nobody is watching the Dorito side as Darula came up shooting the snake side from the inside cannon. They lost their wide guy. So somebody going to have to turn and protect the back of Darula. Zaleski getting in the snake too, but Legion player running straight across into the 50 Dorito. Nobody picks him up. I think Zaleski should be able to get a shot on him. Oh, he does get shot. I think Darula trades out with him. So Zaleski in good position right now for 187.
If he's not dead.
Getting a check from the referee. But 2 bodies come walk off down the sideline behind him. Just 2 bodies left alive for 187. Gonna get tight in there for Zaleski.
Yeah, Zaleski's in a very perilous situation right now. Doesn't have support crossfield, so he's have to try to do it by himself. And looks like Godin gets in there and trades out with him, but Godin gets a major penalty. And that might just do it here for Moscow Red Legion in this point, or it might take it to a 2-on-1. No, yeah. Moscow still has bodies left alive on that D side. So
yeah, 2-on-1 situation. It's just Trailer against Golev and Vulu. Tough call right now. This is one of those situations where you got to decide if you want to blow the horn.
Oh, a Trailer goes
or let him play it out.
That's going to be a tough one. It's tough to fight multiple bodies when you're in the snake, and
187's got to blow this horn.
Yeah, so break that down, Todd, for everyone at home.
So
with the penalties.
Axel comes to run down Zaleski. He shoots him. They trade out, so Axel ends up getting a major. Well, now you got just Max Trailer over here on the Snake side, but he's facing 2 Russians. You're up a point, so the dilemma is, do I want to give them the point, or do I want to give my guy a chance to try and fight it out with the 2 guys? 2-on-1 situations are, pretty hard to win. Kind of always depends on, who you're playing against, who your guy is out there.
The time. How much time he has, how much pain he has.
And I think like in that situation, you probably just blow the horn as soon as possible and try and score quick points on the Russians playing 5-on-4.
Well, at least you're only giving them the tie. You're not giving them the winning point.
Exactly. You're not giving them the lead. You still have plenty of time. Because you're probably going to lose it anyway. The chance of you losing it's way higher than the chance of you winning it. So you might as well give them the tie and try to play as much 5-on-4 as you can.
So right now, with 7 minutes and 54 seconds to go, we have ourselves a tie game. Moscow Red Legion is able to show some grit and determination to tie this game up here. And UpTon 187 slowly but surely just let this one go. But again, we still have a little less than 8 minutes to play and a whole new ball game here as it's tied up. So who wants it more? 187 already with a win on the board, and it would be really big for Moscow Red Legion to come out here and win their first match of the tournament. And next up after this, we have Tampa Bay Damage going to be taking on AC Dallas. AC Dallas with a loss already so far in this event as they lost to 187. And Tampa Bay Damage, this will be their first game at this tournament. And in case you're unaware of the story and what happened to Damage in the offseason, that team almost died in the offseason. But Jason Edwards rallied the troops, and they made it happen. So off the break here, 187 all the way to the Snake off the break. And the referee going to get in there and check out Zaleski. Zaleski gets taken out. Uh-oh, but looks like a bunch of Russians are walking off all at the same time. Kevin Klum, Axel Godin, and Fabrice Colombo all walking off. And Axel's still in the box.
And there's Derula up in the middle. Only 1 Russian, but does he know where he is? Derula now has gun dominance on him. Oh, and Derula gets picked off. 2 bodies left alive. Who's alive for UpTon 187?
Nick Sloviak's still alive.
Is it just Sloviak?
Yeah, it's and then Dan Zaleski got shot. Yeah, so it is just Nick Sloviak left alive.
Another 1-on-2 situation, but a major penalty. Axel got in, still sitting in that box. And again, here's a situation where, if the guy comes out of the box, it's going to be a 1-on-3. It's going to be even worse. So. Oh, no, there he is. That tall temple in the middle is hard to see.
Yeah, so Dan Zaleski is alive. So it's 2-on-2. And I think
it's 2-on-2, back center. Oh, and there goes Golev. So now it's a 2-on-1. Only Russian player in the back center, but Axel should be coming out of the box in about 15 seconds.
Well, the week, he ends up running all the way to the 50-yard line. So Sloviak and Zaleski go to sleep on Velo, and Velo is able to make it up there, but he gets shot out of there. I think Zaleski got that shot in on him. So now it's just Axel trying to run out of the box, goes all the way towards the D side of the field. He makes it in clean.
See, now this is good for 187. 187 with the body advantage, they just sit down there and wait, but Axel Godin gets shot. So Red Legion will probably blow the horn here and not make 187 run in to save the time. But so in that situation, didn't see Zaleski there. He was in that center tower. He was sent up there to protect Derula, right? Mm-hmm. But they lost 2 bodies on the break. Sloviak ends up filling out wide over here. It's a 2-on-2. It's a tie ball game. They have a guy in the box. They played it out. They worked together. Sloviak came out a little bit wider over here, and Derula or Zaleski being able to shoot Golev off that Dorito side, that was the game changer right there. That's what allowed them to get back in the game and come back here and take this lead.
You can see Golev there on your screen shaking his head, realizing, man, kind of dropped the ball on that one. But maybe his gun was down. His gun's getting taken apart right now, so he might have not had a gun over there. It's tough. These guns are race cars, and when you add a bunch of mud and liquid to the mix, depending on, when these guys dive, these guys train to dive with their guns up and out of the mud and try to bear the weight on the brunt of your elbow when you're in these conditions. But if you have to get out of the way of a stream, somebody's shooting at you and you're diving into your spot, getting alive is the most important thing, and sometimes the gun has to get sacrificed to do that. There's Golev getting some instructions from the coach, and he's heading back out.
So 6:05 to go here.
It's a good game.
Yeah, probably the best game we've seen today as far as back and forth points. Teams just fighting it out, not plagued by penalties so much, you know. There you see the...
Well, you can see the hunger in both these teams. That is one of the cool things about paintball here in 2015 is you go down the list, and we talked about this in our podcast, and check out Real Deal Podcast on iTunes and on Paintball Access, but you literally can go down the list and talk about how every single team that's in this division this year has something to prove. There's been tons of changes. Pretty much every team had some sort of drastic change that happened to them. And right now on the breakout, looks like Godin is able to make it in there into the snake. You're looking at 187 on your screen all the way up to the 50-yard line in the center and wrapping around, trying to shut that D side down. And here comes the launch, and I think that was Derula again.
Yeah, Derula's just balling out there right now, coming through the middle of the field, chopping up Moscow Red Legion players. That's 2 games he's gotten there, wrapped around real quick and gotten a kill.
Well, he just has to make sure, and well, he doesn't have to make sure, he did his job, but the players around him need to capitalize on the chaos that he created.
And there you see Godin trying to see what he can see down the wire in the snake. 187 has a body in that corner. 187, we haven't seen them out in that corner very much, but you know, definitely going to help protect his guy. Oh, and there goes another face full of paint.
Oh, it looks like
Moscow Red Legion.
Yeah, Loic Velo dying out of his bunker, which is going to make life hard for Axel over here in the snake. He doesn't have anyone to help him out. Dennis Golev makes a move towards the D side of the field. 3 players left alive for both these teams.
Yeah, Lazat just got to stay alive over there on the Dorito side. He's got good field position. And Zaleski and Trailer are over here on the snake side, holding it down for 187.
Well, whoever wins the first gunfight here, or the next gunfight, will probably play. That will make the difference in this particular point. So this is a real tense moment for both these teams. Upton still with the lead, but there's I don't think they're going to be able to dig in for 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
No, but you know, I think Zaleski or Trailer, I'm sorry, Trailer's going to need to watch over Lazat. You know, Zaleski's got his head up. You know, he's watching over Lazat over there, but Lazat can't give that body away for 187. If you're Moscow Red Legion, same goes for Axel Godin. If Axel Godin dies over here, which he does right in the hand, that's going to open the door for Max Trailer.
And you know he's just shaking his head. He must be disappointed with himself right now. Godin walking off, and that puts his other teammates in a bad spot. Dennis Golev and Kirill Peridny. Kirill coming back to spread the field, and this is going to make life a lot easier for Max Trailer over here in the snake. He still has to capitalize on it. Zaleski's right behind him, and then Greg Lazat all by his lonesome over there on the D side of the field.
Yeah, that looks like Golev who bumped back into the back center. And Legion going to go ahead and blow that horn. Going to give Upton 187 crew another point. Going to put them at game point. But 3:27 is a long time. You know, that's definitely enough time to score 2 points and tie it up to send it to overtime.
Absolutely.
You win a couple quick points. I mean, they might even be able to get 7, but Upton 187 crew on the verge of getting their second victory of the day, which again should seal them a ticket into the quarterfinal action.
We'll see. I mean, man, this is what's interesting about it, man. You have a situation where, you know, the first day the story is who's showing up, who trained in the off season, who looks good, who doesn't, and 187 looks pretty good right now. But then as the games start getting played, then it's like, okay, then the story changes from who showed up to play to who's playing well enough to look like they're going to be going in. And then game by game, we slowly start to see the story unravel, figure out who will be making the quarterfinal competition. And yeah, if 187 can pull off 2 wins today, then they're sitting pretty for tomorrow. We haven't seen Damage. Infamous already, they won 1-2. I mean, a lot of tournament to be played. But what I like that I'm seeing out of 187 is it's a full team effort. Lots of guys are stepping up. Nick's playing great. Nick Sloviak, first event with them, playing awesome. So yeah, 187's looking solid. But like you said, there's still enough time to tie this game up. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
I am here with Max Trailer for 187. That was a really important point for you guys to win. You were sitting here in Snake 1 for a while just waiting. What exactly were you waiting for Axel to do so you could get the advantage?
I wasn't exactly waiting for Axel. I was more waiting to get the call right. I thought we had 3 kills. We actually had 2. I was feeling some light heat from across the field, so I just wanted to make sure he couldn't come to our side of the our Snake 2 and shoot our Dorito guys. And he just came up. He kept coming out, giving me a little play, and I eventually shot him. So, you know, my guys are telling me I was playing a little timid, so I got to get down the field a little faster.
We have seen Axel make it to your guys' Snake 2 quite a few times. Do you think that is the most productive spot on the Snake side?
Oh, sure, yeah. Our side of the Snake 2, you can shoot every single D player, yeah. So we just got to keep them out of there.
All right, 187 is up 2.6-4. We'll see if they can take this last point to get the win.
Yeah, UpTon is a 1 point away from victory here in this race of 7, but I've got it bears repeating. 3 minutes and 27 seconds left is on a field layout like this is absolutely enough time, depending on what Moscow brings here. Also, who are they going to send out to play this next point? We haven't seen the lineup for Moscow come out yet. Also, next up after this game is Damage and AC Dallas, which, you know, AC Dallas backs against the wall right now with that early loss, and we haven't seen Tampa Bay Damage yet. So, and they've got a crazy story too. Virtue just did a really cool documentary that just came out recently about them. Just, you know, Planet's doing really good stuff. They followed Dynasty around with the loss of Oliver Lang and lead up to this event. The Damage story with Virtue. There's some really cool paintball stories going on this year.
Yeah, I mean, again, every year we come in here to the first event. Craziness happens in the off season. We've seen a lot of talent shifting around the league, and you know, got a lot of good teams. We got some new teams in here with, you know, Union. They were here last year, but AC Dallas, the Outlaws stepping up. Thunder got a lot better over the off season. I feel, you know, they had a little bit of a rough day today, and you know, just some good stories, some fun, exciting paintball action to watch. And
yeah,
you know, here we are. It took so long. It feels like we never left, but it took so long to get here. But glad to finally be back up in here watching these games.
And another great story was Impact story last year, and Cena did such a good job with that documentary. You can go check that online as well too. So they've they've picked up 2 new players with Jab Bougier and Keith Brown. We'll see what they can bring. They're playing the last game of the day against the Outlaws. So here we go on the breakout, 187. And Moscow Legion, a little bit more aggression from Moscow up in the center, and it looks like they're putting heavy guns towards this Snake side, and they were able to take out Zaleski in the Snake, so Zaleski's going to take the walk. No one in the Snake for either team right now, as Axel decided to go inside this point. You can see there on your screen the lineup for Moscow Red Legion.
Yeah, Legion trying to come hard up through the middle. 187 trying to keep them out. They sent Derula up towards the Snake side, unable to get any kills. Referee running in to check those Legion players. 2 bodies down now. It's a 5-on-3. Axel Godin comes across, gets into Snake 2. He's going to come into the 50, go right past it, and get into that good spot. See if he can get the kill across the field. Unable to do it.
Well, this is just what Trailer was talking about when he was talking to Lauren just a brief second ago. That's a really key spot. You get in there and you have shots on pretty much everyone on the D side of the field.
And here comes Vulu up the middle for Legion. Time ticking away, almost to the 2-minute mark. Every second that goes benefits up to 187. Nick Sloviak dies out of the middle. And Zaleski, just 1 body left alive. It's Trailer. Legion gonna have to run that flag in, so they do end up getting 1. Took them about almost 2 minutes. But 1:46 left to go, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, and that is definitely enough time to score another one to tie it up, take it to overtime. And sometimes it becomes one of those situations where, you know, those games when you have the lead, you know, you just need to take some time off the clock and you kind of change and alter your game plan from what's been working to one of defense instead of pushing forward and taking the opportunities that you make available to yourself.
Yeah.
And then the other team slowly but surely climbs back and ties it up. We've all played those games before. And 187 does not want to put themselves in that situation.
No, not at all. I mean, I thought it was a good move. 2 points away to get Dan Zaleski out here to the corner, you know, whether he went there on the break or if it was a good fill. But, I mean, getting Trailer up there, kind of switching it up. Yeah, they tried to lock some lanes down, but it was also kind of dangerous, you know, to come out to that can over here, especially if you don't get a shot on the break, you know, with that Darula move that they just did. So, I don't know. It's going to come down to who gets who on the break, and
who gets in the snake.
We've seen it go both ways.
Well, that's what's crazy about this field is we've seen it go down on snake. We've seen it go down on the D side of the field. We've seen big moves up the center. Pretty much anything's possible right now. It will come down to the break and how many bodies they can stay alive, and then which lanes they actually choose to attack. If they both, obviously 187 is. They just need the time to expire or one more point to be scored, and they're going to take this victory. So don't look for anything too crazy from 187, but they do need to get positions and stay alive and roll those guns. On the flip side, with Moscow, they have to score a point, and they have to do it in 1 minute and 47 seconds. Now, with 1 minute and 46 seconds left, that's still not that's enough time where you don't need to do anything wild and crazy. You can have a standard breakout. You just can't spend too much time in your bunkers. You have to force the issue.
And looks like 187 tries to go all the way to the snake on the break.
Well, that's going to help Moscow Red Legion out. One body coming off, and looks like Godin was able to get in clean into the snake, so not going to be able to play around with the time much. They have to push forward, pushing up in the center. Fabrice Colombo cutting down that snake lane. 187 trying to gunfight out of their spots. They take Colombo out, but Godin is able to get all the way past the 50-yard line. And the battle is matching up with the snake.
What a move right there.
He slides out, stays in position, and then was able to get the shot on Axel, but he gets taken out as well.
Yeah, Max Trailer gets that kill, but, really gave his team an opportunity over there on the Dorito side to stay alive and not have to worry about Axel Godin. So I believe it's a 3-on-2 situation right now, possibly 3-on-3. It's a 3-on-3 situation. There's Kevin Kuhlm up in the center, looking towards the Dorito side. Upton 187 with the 40 Dorito. That Dorito side mini race in the back, Sloviak in the back center. He makes a bump out to the first snake temple.
Almost gets caught, but doesn't.
Oh, and somebody gets a kill out of that center. It's Kuhlm walking off the field right now for Moscow Red Legion.
So below, and then another body's going to be walking off on the D side, so things are looking really good right now in the closing seconds of this match for Upton 187 crew. Great job by Greg Lazat, Matt Darula, and Nick Sloviak saving the day here.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look like they don't have enough time.
Whoever shot Kevin Kuhlm pretty much saved the day right there, but I got to give that one to Max Trailer, who made that slide out to the snake. He's the one that kept Lazat and Darula alive over there. So 187 playing some pretty good paintball out here.
187 looks good. I got to tip my hat, though, to Moscow Red Legion. Those guys fought a pretty solid match for their first game of the tournament. However, 187, they're gritty.
Yeah.
They're definitely gritty. Look at this. Matt Darula, 10 confirmed kills, which ties the record for the tournament so far for kill count in one game, set by Damian Ryan.
Kevin Kuhlm actually got 11.
Kevin Kuhlm got 11. So, yeah, all right. So we got to give it to Kevin Kuhlm.
Yeah. Axel Godin got 9. Colombo got 9. Check out this replay real quick. Let's, I missed it. Bag it up. Here comes Max Trailer in the lower left-hand side of your screen. Axel Godin's looking on the inside. Here comes Trailer on the slide. Holds. Boom. Axel gets him.
That was a nasty move by Max Trailer. Let's look at it from this angle. He's already in the pose.
Yeah, no sense in trying to get up now. If he tries to stand up, that's when you get shot bringing your gun down. As Dan Zaleski comes walking off the field over here, head to toe in mud.
Max Trailer gets that kill with style points.
Absolutely.
Nice work. So yeah, again, with Moscow Red Legion, they played a pretty tough game. But man, Upton 187 crew came to play some paintball here in 2015. Look at that. Nick Sloviak, 7 confirmed kills. Matt Darula, 10, which is now second place, tied for the most amount of confirmed kills in one match with Damian Ryan from Infamous. And Kevin Kuhlm, though, setting the pace and putting up 11 confirmed kills. So, but 187 takes the victory. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I am here with Dan Zaleski of 187. Congratulations, you guys won both of your matches today. It was a really great day for you. This was a really close match though. Going into that last point, you knew they were going to come aggressive to try to tie it up. So what was the strategy you discussed to keep them off?
Well, we knew they were going to be running with their guns up, so we tried to come out wide on the snake side. I don't know who was running up the center. It might have been cRew, but they shot me going out wide, and Max made a great play training out their snake player. So we were just trying to, I don't know, lane out their snake players and get our wide guy out.
I heard you guys talking a lot about having more guns on the snake off the break. Did you feel like if you could get the snake player, mainly Axel, out early on, you could take advantage of those points?
He's crafty. He was like running and gunning with this, but standing up the entire way into the snake. We couldn't shoot him. So like, all right, let's put another gun. Let's put another gun, and we still couldn't shoot him. So that was our mentality, trying to put 2 or 3 over there.
He's small, he's fast, but talk to me about the conditions of the snake side. To say you're covered in mud is kind of an understatement.
I feel like I have an extra, like a 10-pound weighted vest on right now. It's terrible.
How much harder, like what's the biggest challenge on the snake side when it is this muddy and you have these kind of conditions?
Well, there's a lot. So, I mean, when you're trying to make a quick bump like on this field, it just feels like your wheels are spinning. So like you try to move quick, but you're moving slow. There's oversliding problems. There's like problems with the equipment, not that, or like problems with like seeing in your mask. It's just there's so much dirt and muck out here.
You guys have proven you can play with the top teams and you can be extremely productive. What are the few things you guys are still working on to make sure that you can stay in the champion bracket and be one of those top teams on the podium?
Well, we got a lot to improve on there. Our communication was subpar. I felt like we were in spots where we could have been attacking more. I think those 2 things are what we're going to talk a lot about tonight.
All right, well, 187 did win both of their matches today here in Dallas. Congratulations. Next up, we have Damage versus AC Dallas. AC Dallas did not win their first match, and this is the first time we're seeing Damage this season, so stay tuned.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on PSPEvents.com. You don't want to miss it.